Can Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. This is Mixtape Monday. This is where you all get to set the pace for the channel. You can put your comments down below for stuff you want me to read on next week. I also do a post on Saturday. You can add to that as well. But this is my homage to my 80s upbringing. How you doing out there, Gen X? And we used to make mixtapes for our friends. So this is what I do for my friends out there in the community. So we are going to jump right in. I have a super busy week. We are starting competitions now for my son's band. So things are exciting. And we are going to kick it off strong with the comments that were in Saturday's post. So DeLacy question. This is what it's actually a question. So hi, are you the life and soul of the party, barbecue, etc.? You're such a happy-go-lucky lucky person. You keep happy. Who keeps you happy apart from your family and friends? So I sometimes am the life of the party, sometimes I'm not. I'm what's called an introvert extrovert. So, or an extrovert introvert. So what happens is, like, I'll be very outgoing and extroverted until I've had enough. And then I have to kind of go back into my hole. I'm a Cancer, so I go scuttle back into my crab shell and hide out for a little bit. Who keeps me happy apart from my family and friends? My family and friends are super, super important to me. So, helping other people, being a support to other people does kind of tickle my fancy. It does make me very, very happy. I like to help people. I love to cook. So coming in the spring, once I get a really good cadence and schedule going for the year, see what's working for you guys, I probably will be doing some intentional cooking so you can see some of the things that I make. All of you that have been around for a while know that we do a great big Oktoberfest every year. And Greg and I do all the cooking for that. He makes the sausage, I make everything else. So, but I do love to cook. I love to have dinner parties and entertain. One of the things that I wanted to do when we moved into this house was have kind of an Algonquin table. Where we would bring various people in, people with interesting minds and interesting things to contribute, and have some thoughtful discussions over delicious meals. So I did throw it out to my husband. How about we have a dinner party with two other couples, and we send out like a topic, and everyone has to go research the topic. So it could be like Pompeii, or it could be combustion engines, and we all have to like come to the table with what we've researched. So my husband said, I don't like the idea of going to dinner with homework. And I was like, well, like the idea is that it's fun. So we'll see. But so yeah, sometimes I'm the life of the party, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm just kind of hanging out in the corner, and like people are surprised, like if I go to a concert or something like that and I'm kind of hanging back, they're like, what's going on? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just tired. So so there, that's Mixtape Monday #1. So I'll do more Ask Me Anythings and behind the scenes. Like, I'm still going to do makeup for you guys so you can see, what I do to my face. Brutal stuff I do to my face. But let's bring up this card view. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. So first comment is from Yvette. Or I should say first real question, pop culture question, is will this lawsuit with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni end both their acting and directing careers? Who will triumph over this nasty lawsuit regarding This Ends With Us? Great question. There is so much stuff that's coming out now. So, sorry about that, guys. So let's see. How will this affect Blake live. We'll do Blake on top, Justin on the bottom. How's it going to affect their acting career? That is Blake, and this is Justin, Queen of Cups. Ah, man. So I think Justin, his reputation is going to fare poorer than Blake's. And we are using the Phantom Wise Tarot this week, guys. So black and white all week, straight craziness. So I do think that and I did hear rumblings that they're going to settle this. I think things that she will say after are going to be disruptive, but somehow endearing to a certain demographic. So I think she is going to try. How will she fare at the end of this? The Emperor. I actually think she comes out on top. I hate to say it at this point. Now, I know those text messages aren't really showing that, but I have a feeling we're going to have a problem. Here, Queen of Cups, I do think that Justin is quite discombobulated, and that is reflected also in this Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Ten of Swords. I think he may be kind of done after this. I think Seven of Wands, I think he's going to have a lot of trouble regaining his equilibrium and his footing. So it's not looking great for him. I think this is going to reflect very, very poorly for him. I think the settlement is also going to reflect very poorly. How is the settlement going to affect Blake? Queen of Wands. She's going to say that it wasn't what she wanted to do. And for Justin, this actually is going to be to his benefit to settle. So I do think that some things are going to be said afterward, which are going to be problematic for Justin Baldoni. So that is a shame. Karen Cultus, you're flying home on Monday. Do I foresee any issues? Let's switch the deck. We'll do some old style Lenormand. I've told you guys I love this deck. I don't love the back, though. I don't love the back. I don't like writing on the back of my tarot cards and Lenormand cards. I just don't. So, Karen, what do we have for you for flight home on Monday? Hopefully, you're going to see this. The moon. What are we looking at? Hidden things in travel. There's our travel. What's our next card? The sun. Everything's going to be good. Okay. So don't worry about it. The moon is questioning things that we can't see. Travel is happening and the sun is great. Can't get any better than that, sweetie pie. Safe travels. I hope you are having a fantastic trip. And I hope you get to see this before you start flying. Tana, Tan and Rohan Trindle. Okay. I never know how to say that. I don't know if I should say Tan, Rohan, Trindle. I don't know. Will you get married? All right. So we're going to do, and I feature this reading later on this week. What you need, what you want, what you get. Now, when people ask me, will I get married? One of the things that I do want them to know is that it depends on the energy. So somebody asks you to marry them and you say no, that is, not a bad reading. If I said you were going to get married and you said no. So you always have to take into consideration the free will. So what you need. Three of Pentacles, you need a little bit more input. You need some other people involved, maybe a matchmaker, maybe a friend. What you want. Five of Cups, what you want is somebody who's going to turn your head away from the bad relationships that you've had in the past. You want someone to actually come and change your mind. I will tell you, with this kind of mindset, it's really important for you to change your mind and for you to make adjustments. What you get here, Page of Pentacles, we do start a relationship that potentially could lead to marriage, but we have to change this perspective. So be mindful of that. Thank you so much for asking that question. And final one, what is going on? This is final one for the post. What is going on with the Obamas? Everybody's asking this. Everybody wants to know what's going on with the O's. Four of Cups in reverse. Two of Swords in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands. The Star. And what's our final outcome? Two of Pentacles. This, I keep getting, we're going separate ways. So the Page of Wands, I don't think they're ready to announce it yet, but I think the plans have been set. I think they do have the press release. They know what they're going to say, how they're going to say it. And they're going to say, I do think it's going to be more of a professional split. I don't know if they're going to actually announce that they are divorced. I think they are living apart. Seven of Wands here, which is our suitcase position. That's kind of balancing the good, the bad, kind of saving face socially. Up here, the Star, there's plenty of time to make this announcement later. And here in the future, we have the Two of Pentacles, where we are going in two different directions. How do they see themselves right now? The Knight of Swords. They're both ready to cut it off. So how does everyone else see them? Everyone else is seeing this marriage is broken. What is the hope and fear? Hope is that Ace of Wands, they can start a new project and kind of deflect. And then the ultimate outcome is the Hangman. So I think we will get a story out of this. If they do announce the divorce, I think Michelle is going to write a book about how powerful the presidency can be as an influence in one's marriage. I think she's going to say that, like, that's almost like a mistress, another person involved in the marriage, and that, you know, how difficult that was and how she wasn't ready for it and how it doesn't go away once you leave the White House. So I think that that's going to be pretty interesting. Not surprised that we're going to get a book, possibly some lectures about it as well. So those are the questions from our post. So we will take a brief break and go over to the other ones. Welcome back from the intermission. So we're now answering questions that were on last week's Mixtape Tarot in the comments. And I've got one from Marnie Hall for next Monday. Will there ever be any truthful or memoirs from Arve Weinfinkelbacher and Ms. Lane, if you guys know who I mean? So will we ever, naming names and deeds. So let's pull up that card view. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Again, if you are new here, I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. And this is super fun where you guys get to ask all the questions. So let's swing that on over. So will there ever be a truthful memoir from Arve Weinfinkelbacher? Let's look at that one first. Will we ever get the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Six of Wands, Page of Cups, Emperor, Eight of Swords? So I think Arve is going to have a book written about him. I don't think it will just condemn him. I think it will be a very fair and balanced. I know that sounds terrible. I think it will illuminate his successes in the industry. And let's face it, MGM, like Mr. Mayor, he was not really a great guy. And he chased a few gals around the desk. And I think that they're going to say, we cannot deny the contributions that Harvey made to the film industry. But we have to look at the good with the bad. It's not going to be just a straight condemnation of him. It'll be more of like, and I'm saying posthumous because I don't think he's with us for very long. I do think this is going to release him from only being the guy who sparked that Me Too movement. So, and I'm not giving this guy a free pass. I'm reading the cards here, guys. So don't get upset with me. So are we ever going to get one from Ms. Lane? You guys know who she is. She was an island girl. Ms. Lane. Are we ever going to get one on Ms. Lane? Magician. Hangman. Six of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So she's got nothing to lose, guys. She can write the book herself. She can't make any money off it because you can't make any money off your crimes in the United States. But I do think that she is going to write a book, which is going to be her testimony of what really happened. And I think there's going to be some kind of a deal where she donates the proceeds of that to something. So I believe that she is in conversations already with entities that would want this. So interesting, huh? Very interesting. But again, she's not going to make any money off this, but I think we're going to find out a lot more. I don't think she will be able to name names, but I think she will be able to say, these were the things that I did as a result of the crazy mixed up world that I was in. So I do think that that's what's going to be said. I think she's going to say, I did do some awful things, but at the time, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So I think it will be more of an excuse than anything else. So let's move on to the next question, my friends. So will it ever dawn on Harry, Prince Harry, formerly known as Prince Harry, that in many ways he's actually reliving his father's marriage to his mother that led to divorce, and gain some empathy as a result? Or will the recognition that his mother wasn't a saint make his brain explode? All right, so let's see first. Is Harry ever going to realize that he is kind of living his parents' bad part of their marriage? That is the Three of Wands. No, he doesn't want to hear anything about that. Temperance, he still doesn't want to hear anything about it. Two of Pentacles, when he gets divorced, I think he may look back with a view that, oh, maybe I did mess up. Oh, maybe I'll, you know what? I'm taking it back. He's not going to say anything like that. What he is going to do is he's going to blame the media. He's going to blame persons that are interested in his life and in the course of his marriage. He's going to blame the focus and the interest on the demise of his marriage. That is contributing factor. My wife couldn't live a moment's peace without people poking in on her. So he's just not going to get it. He's just not going to get it. he's going to blame everyone when the divorce comes. He's going to blame everyone but himself. So and Megan, I think Megan is going to be quite cross with him, but I think he is going to be quite cross with everyone else. He's not going to take any ownership or responsibility for what he did. It's going to be the media, it's going to be the royal family, he's going to point fingers all day long. Will he ever realize that his mother wasn't perfect? So will he realize that his mother wasn't perfect? Will he ever realize that his mother wasn't perfect? Death, transformation. That's good. Two of Wands. When there's nothing left, Eight of Swords, it's gonna hurt. King of Swords. Oh, 10 of Wands. So yeah. The transformation of his way of thinking is going to happen when he's all out of options for work. I've always said that Harry wanted to cosplay as a poor person, and having grown up in two really affluent towns, I lived in two very, very affluent towns when I was in high school, and there were some really rich kids that wanted to like pretend that they were poor, like they want to hang out with the poor kids. And there's something about that. You can't go and hang out in the punk rock clubs and have all of your gear is brand new, like I didn't get Doc Martens until, oh gosh, I think I was like 17 or 18. My family was too poor when I was younger. And I had Air Force jump boots, and they had cool little lacing on the front. And I loved those boots actually more than my Doc Martens when I did get my Doc Martens, because the jump boots had kind of like a bubbly toe, and the Doc Martens had kind of a smoother toe. So I ultimately wound up buying myself a pair of steel cap Doc Martens when I was in England. And they actually came with an insurance policy. Like if you lost a toe, you could send in and get this insurance policy. I was like, holy crow, I'm not doing that. But I still have those steel caps. So and they had more of a bubbly toe. I like those better. The little Oxfords I loved. I wore those instead of penny loafers. When I was a punk rocker, I did wear penny loafers. They went with my punk rock look. I'd wear those to school, and then I wear my jump boots out to the club. So yeah, like I think this really is him cosplaying as a poor person, what he thinks the poor person is supposed to live like, or a non-royal person. Like I don't even know if he gets like what poor people live like. But the transformation will happen when he has no options left, and he's going to realize that he is locked into that set of circumstances. When he realizes that his mother wasn't a saint, it'll be through the lens of Megan not being a saint, because she has him snowed right now. He thinks that, she really does want to show up and do good. But the reality is that she's showing up and just kind of showing off. So when this realization does happen, he's going to realize that the image of his mom, the construct of his mom is all a lie in his head, and it is going to create some problems. I do see a mental crisis there. So hope someone will be there to catch him for that. Alex Poon wants to know, when will William and Kate become king and queen respectively? So when will the Duke and Duchess of Wales, or no, I'm sorry, the Prince and Princess of Wales, sorry guys, when will they ascend to the throne? Let's go by seasons. Okay, so we're going to say, doesn't sound like anything's happening anytime soon. So let's say spring 2025. Nope. Summer 2025. Three of Pentacles. We're going to be in discussions. I think possibly Regency, possibly just giving over stuff to William. Fall, transformation. What kind of transformation? Ace of Wands. It's not going to be, we're not getting a coronation. They're not taking over. So, but in the fall, prediction, got a prediction here. In the fall, I do think that he is going to be doing a lot more responsibility than he has been doing. I know he's shouldered a lot of things, but I think he'll be taking a lot of things over. Someone had commented that King Charles is not being treated for cancer to go into remission, but they're just holding it at bay, which I think is very alarming, because that means we're on a conveyor belt with him. So by winter, are William and Catherine really shouldering the bulk of responsibility? Nine of Wands, we're not going to know about it. King of Pentacles or Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Eight of Wands. We're not going to know about this. It really is. Princess Anne is coming in very clearly. The Duke of Edinburgh is coming in very clearly. They are going to be shouldering a lot of responsibility. The showy stuff, they're going to be putting Charles out there. William and Catherine will be doing a lot behind the scenes. Catherine is doing her own thing. They've got her on her own schedule. I know she's been showing up a lot, but she is going to be doing very, very mellow events for the next year. Want you to know that. Very, very mellow events. So, she'll be showing up, and she's still a little bit tired. She's still not totally back to 100%. So want you to keep that in mind. So I think by fall, they are going to be taking over much of the work. We'll revisit this. I don't want to look at, I don't want to do Death Watch 2025 with King Charles. So I think we will cut the video there. What do you say, guys? It's a half hour. I don't want to, so I can make these Mixtape Mondays go for, like an hour if I wanted, but I know it's Monday morning and you guys are at work and you have to like sneak in the video. So I know I used to do it too. So let's gather here next week. As always, please put your comments down below. Consider becoming a member. Members, again, I give away one free reading every once a month. I give an hour away to one lucky tarot master, and I give a half hour away to one lucky tarot enthusiast. I'd love to see more of you in there. You get early access to all of my videos. So it's super, super fun. So I hope to see all of you in the future. Again, comment down below if you have questions for next week, and I will do my best to cover them as much as I can. So thank you, and I'll see you in the future. I lost my out video. So we'll just do the regular one. No. Oh, I found it.